All right, so recording right now. What should we do for the precinct number?
We're already out of it.
Basically, all the funny numbers are used up already.
Let's make up our own funny number.
Yeah, right? Any number could be funny. 31, I don't know.
31's kind of funny.
I feel like we've done the whole, 13, 31, yeah. Although, let's just leave it.
Wait, what are you putting in a seed?
We always have some little gag with the number. We're not even always, kind of recently.
Yeah.
But,
coming to you live from precinct number blank.
But when I was in middle school, people were like, what's your favorite number, 13 or 31? And I guess, if you said one of the numbers, it meant you were gay. Because, one was, the one looked like a dick and the 3 looked like a butt.
Oh, my God.
And if it was 13, it was like a dick behind a butt, and that meant you were gay. And if it was the other way around, it just meant it was butt and then a dick. And
You're just
God
a male.
damn!
Yeah.
What the ultimate heist! The grade school trap is just making. First of all, I feel like that's the first type of joke where you find out that, especially when we were kids, that that sort of thing is wait, I'm supposed to be afraid if I'm not I'm 8 years old, but I'm also supposed to be a man and very super mask.
It's why I was very apprehensive anytime someone suggested things to me, just hey, I'll give you this option, and it's I don't want to play this game.
Yeah.
No matter what it is.
Welcome to Thought Cops, the only podcast where every week we talk about what's outraging the internet, and then we let you be the judge, we let you be the jury, we let you be the executioner, too, in the court of public opinion. I'm Officer Kevin, coming to you live in Neo Chicago from precinct number 31.
And I'm John Mulaney, everybody. Hello, welcome to our podcast.
John, we did not schedule you this week. We thought that would be funny...
You told me last week that you were going to have me on this week. What am I supposed to do about this?
Oh, John is leaving. See you later. Thanks for stopping by.
No anding me right out of the room.
What's up, Grant?
The disciple has learned from the master.
That's right.
Of no anding.
That's right.
Speaking of no and, last week's guest, Nico, give her a round of applause.
All right, we can do that. Thank you, Nico.
Thanks for dropping by.
That was fun.
Everyone's favorite goth gamer girl. Got all 3 of them G's.
I think we scared her away. I don't think she left a voicemail this week.
Oh, man.
Yeah, oh well. Oh well.
She was pretty sick, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on. But anyway, we got a brand new guest to the Thought Cops family this week. We got Chicago comedian Ian Erickson. What's up, Ian?
Yes, Nico walked so I can run.
Yeah,
and that's kind of,
right.
I'll kind of open things up with a meme.
Beautiful. Coming in strong, Ian, the total meme lord.
Oh,
would you consider that to be?
I would consider myself maybe more of an otaku Johnny Knoxville.
Beautiful. That's a really cool aesthetic, I would say.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm Johnny Knoxville, and this is the body pillow.
Beautiful. Ian, I'd
watch it. I don't know.
Yeah, you do some shows around the city. You had something recently.
Yeah, I am a producer of the show called VHS. It's not just a very huge show, but it's basically we get these old VHS tapes from all around, and then we rip them onto our computers and edit these little clips of them, and we'll have stand-ups and improvisers or sketch. They'll perform, and then we'll have them on stage and riff on the tapes, kind of like Mystery Science Theater style. So
cool.
We do that at I.O. And actually, very cool chance to plug this. We're going to be having, we're going to try a little pop-up show at my house. That's going to be Saturday, July 13th.
Sweet.
And stay tuned. If you go onto our Instagram or Facebook page, or tweet at me or whatever, I can give more deets about that. But we just nailed down the date, and then we're going to be doing like an outdoor pop-up show, and then that'll be hopefully turn into like a little fun gathering, some beverages, maybe some food.
I'll just ask Kevin.
And I'll send Grant the invite.
Perfect.
But yeah, and if you're local to Chicago, check that out and check out Ian's shows. VHS, would you say the VHS is the original meme? The classic VHS bad commercial tapes?
Yeah, I would say before that, there was no memes. I would say all of the culture, all of human culture before that, you could not make any sort of like little relatable joke or just kind of like a little fun piece of culture that's shareable and can convey an idea.
Yes.
None of that happened before they put film to a plastic rectangle.
Ian, you also have your own podcast.
Yeah, I do. It's called the Punching Up Podcast, and me and my good friend, my co-host Stephanie Weber. She's also a comedian. She does so much. We could spend the whole podcast talking about all the stuff she does.
We could,
but
we should.
We should have her on.
Okay.
We could have both of you guys on.
Yeah. That would be a lot of fun. A little crossover up. And then we would have you guys on our podcast.
What is this? A crossover episode?
So what's your...
I'm just characters today. I'm Grant, the character actor.
Grant, this is obviously a defense mechanism for something. I don't know what.
Because I don't know how to make real
Cartman?
conversation.
Can you do Cartman?
I don't know how to have real conversations.
Come on,
with real
Cartman.
people.
Come on, do Cartman.
The Cartman podcast.
Guys.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
All right. How about say what respect?
Fuck you up your ass.
You know how Cartman talks.
I don't think I saw that one.
Yeah, no, that happened. What else did you want?
Can you do Kenny?
Kenny?
Okay, that's pretty good, actually.
That's really good.
You should stick to the South Park one.
Can you
Yeah,
do
what else?
Can you do Cartman? Or wait, no, we already did that one.
Cartman killing Kenny?
Yeah.
Yeah, say what would he say?
Fuck you, Kenny. I'm gonna kill you.
And he's killed Cartman.
Kenny killing Cartman.
Kenny.
They've killed Cartman. You idiot.
bastards.
This is quickly turned into Comedy Bang Bang.
Maybe the worst episode of Comedy Bang Bang, but an episode of Comedy Bang Bang nonetheless.
The best episode of Comedy of Us is the worst episode. You finish the sentence. What the fuck?
We are tired. We are tuckered out this week. We're tuckered out every week these days, I feel
That's
like.
me. I'm kind of a handful to deal with. You guys did so much to make sure that I felt comfortable and that I felt like I was on my own podcast, which, it's really great that you redesigned your room to look like my study where I record my podcast.
A decent amount of time.
We made note of your hobbies, your interests.
You even got the Boondock Saint poster.
Yes. We know how much you like that. We got a Fight Club poster up in the room as well.
Yeah, and that friggin' Van Gogh with the skeleton smoking a cigarette.
Yes, badass.
Oh yeah.
But check out Punching Up.
Get this. It's a podcast where we talk about movies.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. But we watch a movie and we look at the movie and we go, how could we punch this up? How could we make it better? What's something? We've actually done a lot of movies from like the early mid 2000s, and it's like White Chicks. It's The Hot Chick with Rob Schneider. We did The Butterfly Effect. Our most recent episode that is going to release on Friday, we did Gremlins. A lot of them are movies that just they're either good or they're just so deeply problematic, or they have lots of like kind of problematic stuff where we will, we'll talk about like, oh, this was kind of uneasy or made me feel uncomfortable. How would you like incorporate that if it was going to be remade today? Like, how would you recontextualize this? And some of it is like valid criticism. I think like a lot of the bits like core is a part of valid criticism, but then, it's like, oh, like, one of the Gremlins should be an Instagram influencer. That's like 90% of the show.
Right. The 90s, but now.
Yeah, exactly.
What if they had the Instagram app?
See, when you said that it was called Punching Up, I was really hoping that it'd just be like a bunch of just you going like, so why is this Donald Trump guy running for president? A white male and a billionaire, and he wants to run for president? What's the deal with it?
Well, one of my favorite... That's
what I was hoping.
One of my favorite bits that I'm starting to do on the show, and if I can incorporate it into a live performance, well, not that I'm having a dialogue with anyone, but one of my favorite things is just to be one of those people online who recontextualizes everything with regards to the 2016 election, and it's just the Dark Knight is very clearly about the 2016 election, and Batman is Trump. Batman is Trump, and Bernie Sanders is the Joker, and he's trying to get in there, and he's trying to sway, and he's trying to steal the Electoral College, aka Gotham City.
Oh,
but thankfully, we have Putin,
holy shit!
aka Commissioner Gordon, coming in to kind of stop and make sure, and it's just that.
Speaking truth to power, basically.
Now do Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. Well, Harry Potter is actually interesting. That J.K. Rowling. It's actually It's actually about Brexit, and so you have Harry Potter, who is kind of a part of this big nationalist. He's kind of representative of this burgeoning, younger group of people who were promised the world, but they never actually got anything. They spent their whole life under the cover.
Which Harry Potter character is...
She will say Harry Carey.
Harry Carey. Which Harry character is Sargon of Akkad?
Oh, goodness. I don't know a ton about Brexit, so it was maybe a bad idea to launch into that.
That's right.
But I would
this
say...
is where it falls apart.
No, yeah. I'm going to say Hagrid.
Hagrid?
Okay.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and you can check out that show. There's a lot of Thought Cops guests that have also been on the show, so you may see some of your faves that way.
A big circle of, a big circle jerk in the Chicago podcastosphere.
That's right.
Which,
And that's called networking, folks.
Yeah, and we're good at it.
That's right. Speaking of networking...
Yeah, we're better than you at it.
The listeners? Or
the listeners.
Well,
last week was all about the listeners. This week is fuck the listeners.
I want to go full steam on this. Fuck all of our listeners. You had your time.
Mouth breathing moron idiot dullish listeners.
You had your time in the sun last week. It's over. I hope you enjoyed it, because shut the fuck up. All right? Anyway, Grant, you've been streaming on Twitch recently.
Yeah,
I've been playing a lot of this old, what do you call this thing, a Nintendo 64?
Yeah, I've been playing Conquer. I've been losing my goddamn mind. It's not as good of a game as I remember it being.
Oh.
It's very clunky.
Is that the very kind of dirty one?
That's right.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's like Banjo-Kazooie, but...
they say some bad words.
But they drink beer.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
If Banjo drinks beer, does Kazooie get drunk?
Yeah, I
don't
believe
know how that works.
Well, I don't know what's going on in that backpack, so it could be like a human centipede situation. I'm not sure. Well, not exactly human, but
Kazooie's come out of the backpack.
Right, but when she goes in the backpack, there could be some like things sucking stuff out of her belly or something. I don't know. I don't like this mental image. I'm going to move on.
Yeah, this is disturbing.
So subscribe on twitch.tv/thoughtcops. Sometimes I do stuff. Sometimes I play NES games. Sometimes Grant plays Star Fox 64 and Conquers Bad Fur Day and other favorites.
So I guess I have a very interesting question about the technical hookups.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So do you have a converter box that you would plug the actual N64?
Right
here,
baby.
You do?
Yeah.
I'm liking that, and then that just plugs
$100. It works very poorly.
Oof! Yikes!
I think that's your computer because it works great.
It's everything. The whole setup is janky, starting with the N64.
And all we want to do is deliver you hot content every week, folks. So just go ahead and donate at patreon.com/thoughtcops. I'm practically begging you.
We're just trying to distract you from the misery of your life. I mean, let's face it. If you're not listening to this, if you have just silence or white noise going on, you're going to start thinking about what's going on, and it's like you work a shitty job. You're kind of struggling to make ends meet. You're maybe creatively unfulfilled, and this is kind of a nice little couple hours.
I feel that way.
Oh, I didn't mean to you specifically. I was talking to the haters. The haters, the listeners.
No, he's talking to those fucking listeners.
Right, which I, in my mind, call them haters.
Yes.
Yeah. And so, if you just give them if you give these gents a few extra of your bucks.
Unless you're too fucking scared.
In commenting on this IONet runner in our Discord, posted a screenshot of how do I cancel my Patreon membership on Google.
This motherfucker has to Google that. This guy couldn't just figure out you have to go to the website.
And they accidentally...
He was making an example.
And he accidentally made a screenshot and posted it to the Discord.
That is a weird mistake,
I tripped
buddy.
and fell.
Oh.
Yeah. It seems like you could use a little help learning how to unsubscribe from your Patreon.
Yeah. You know what? That's right. Yeah, you loser. I'm holding back tears when I'm saying this.
Tears of the Patreon.
That's right.
Got a beef before potatoes this week.
Oh yeah, what's that?
The fans. No, it's you.
What?
Whom said that the Trump tweet segment wasn't funny. I got good feedback from the Trump tweet segment.
I said, because we hadn't done it in like a year and a half, and I said that the old ones sometimes were funny, but after a while
they
became very unfunny. And I haven't listened back to last week's episode yet, but some people said it was funny.
I got some good feedback.
But then again, think about who's telling us. It's the fans.
People like these. People like these hot takes on Donald Trump and his haircut. You'll never guess what we have to say about it.
Yeah, he got a haircut.
Yeah.
Check it out. Anyway.
President got a haircut.
Unbelievable. When the president gets a haircut, I lower my flag to half-mast to show respect.
I lower my ears to half-mast because I can't tell sometimes. Because did he get a haircut or did he get his ears lowered?
In some countries, you could go to jail for saying something like that.
But in some other countries, that would be considered polite.
I'm at full mast right now just thinking about it.
And that, folks, will get you arrested in 80% of the world.
Did you guys grow up reading... like when you were kids, there was that like children's book about the little girl who wrote to Abe Lincoln about he should grow a beard.
Yeah, I remember that.
Do you think we'll get a children's book about someone telling Donald Trump that he should have like a weird comb over?
It was that pickle kid, or the hell pickle who mowed his lawn or whatever.
Oh yeah, that he just yelling at.
Fucking hate the news, man. That's why this show, you actually learn less. You come away a little dumber.
You learn more because you're not watching the news. That's what I think.
We're here to inform and delight you. So speaking of which, let's get to our 2 minutes of hate segment.
Where we do neither inform nor delight anybody.
We like to blanket punish anything that gets under our skin, that annoys us, the things you see when you're scrolling on your phone and you go, boy, howdy, I wish they were in prison for that. I'll begin.
Soon they will be.
Soon they will be because of the show. If we have our way, so I'll begin. Press conference ... Spoilers? That's right. Now, the person who inspired this story may or may not be listening, but this has happened many times before, and maybe I should have learned my lesson, or maybe I thought we all got over this. All right, so let's cut to the chase. E3 was this week. That's right, the Electronic Entertainment Expo.
Yes. AKA Nerd Christmas.
That's right. And I was talking with a friend about the big Nintendo conference, and
there was spoilers. There was a Nintendo conference?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I haven't watched it yet.
And I was like, oh my God. Banjo and Kazooie are in Smash Brothers, and he goes like, oh. And I'm like, what, are you not happy about that? And he's like, I haven't watched it yet. I'm like, dude,
what do you need to watch?
And like, he waited till like the night, so I couldn't discuss anything else.
Oh my God. That's all you could talk about.
I was like, that's
the only thing on your mind.
Also, that's one of those things where, like, just by the way that Twitter and Facebook, he has to not log on to either of those things because you would see that they're trending. And it's like, if you're aware of a game, if you're aware at all of Super Smash Brothers, you are probably assuming that there's still more, like, you know that there's characters to be announced and like people are wondering who it is. And if you just see on a little sidebar that says Banjo-Kazooie, it's like, well, either there was a school shooting at the Banjo-Kazooie school. Either Banjo-Kazooie said the N-word or...
heated gamer moment.
Right, exactly.
Except it was more like... Let's keep it clean, all right? Now, I was like, I didn't apologize, all right? I was like, I think I just said, oh, haha.
Good.
Something.
I hate when people apologize for things that they shouldn't apologize for.
I hate when people apologize in general, and I will never apologize to the fans for the horrible things that I've said in this episode. So, press conference spoilers, or rather, I guess people who get upset about press conference spoilers, it's like, hey, the Apple unveiled a new iPhone. Should I keep my fucking mouth shut? I got nothing else to talk about. I guess I'll do an impression of a BoJack Horseman character.
Is this a crossover episode?
Now, what is that? Asterios Kokonos in BoJack Horseman?
That was my BoJack impression, but sure.
Oh.
Sure, yeah.
Not stick to the South Park.
Okay, let's see yours. Let's hear it. Let's hear it, funny man. Tell us a joke.
I don't do impressions.
Ooh, wow.
I'm above it.
Yeah.
My humor is classy, and
You should start learning to apologize.
say what?
I don't know.
I'm an over apologizer. I feel like it doesn't take anything to apologize, and you can be a cool little sniveling, very apologetic little idiot, and people will get mad at you less sometimes to your face. They might talk shit about you.
I don't care if people get mad at me for certain things. Like if I'm at like a movie theater or something, for instance, and someone goes, I was gonna sit there and you sat there. I just go, oh, okay. I'm not gonna be
Has
like,
that ever happened to you?
I'm so, like, it's just that sort of scenario where like you're not in the wrong, but someone feels like you are, and instead of going like, oh, sorry about that, well, there was a misunderstanding, you just go, oh, okay. Yeah.
Wait, did you get up and move then?
This isn't a real scenario.
But in this situation,
this didn't happen.
Gun to your
This is
fucking
not
head.
Real things.
This guy's got a gun to your head,
I'll put another gun to my head right now.
and he says, "Move it, bitch."
I'll move. I
He's
just
like,
won't apologize.
I'm here trying to watch the Lego Movie 2 with my girl, and you sat in her seat.
Wait, is his girlfriend, or his daughter?
It's his girlfriend and his daughter from a previous relationship.
Then
They're
let
just kinda
me
getting
do
to know
my
each
impression
other.
of the guy with the gun. Yes, it is I, the president, and I'm here with my girl, aka my daughter, and my lover, and you're in my seat.
Oh my God, Ian, that is so wild.
Dude, you would
Yeah.
get killed in Russia for making fun of Vladimir Putin like
I
that.
feel like this is like the. Am I reading the Onion or is this the news?
I call it the olds.
Oh my God! Oh my! This episode better be behind lock and key.
All right, so did you? Did you sentence
I
the
didn't,
press conference spoilers? Spoileries.
Your punishment is go on social media. Spoiler alert! Just log. Hey, trigger warning. Dragon Quest and Smash. Sorry, is this a safe space? Can I say that here? Snape kills Dumbledore. Oh. Now that's a real spoiler. That's just an example of something you shouldn't say.
And also, Snape is Theresa May.
Oh my God!
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It's all coming together.
And Dumbledore
Corbin.
is
Jeremy Corbyn.
and who are the other characters?
That's it. Very small cast.
We got them all. All right, Ian. Did you have a 2 minutes of hate? Something you want to get off your chest, my
Yes,
friend?
I actually did. I just had a quick few.
He's prepared.
I'm very sorry. I just grabbed your plane
That's
ticket.
a plane ticket.
Grant,
I'm leaving right after
boy,
this.
someone is going to Brazil.
Grant, why didn't
What's
you tell
going on?
anybody?
I just I heard the president down there is very against the SJW bullshit in schools, so I decided I'd take a trip to go look at him.
And I heard you can quote South Park as many times as you want down there.
Bolsonaro is a huge
Yeah.
South Park head.
Yeah.
You must respect his authority.
Little South Park
Indeed.
Easter egg.
My 2 minutes of madness.
authoritarianism.
Ooh, that could be a good T-shirt.
That would be. I feel like a Duterte t-shirt because he kind of looks like Cartman.
Oh yeah, Duterte is big South Park energy.
Respect my authority. That's a good. I hope we don't get sued somehow.
Teespring.com. Search for Thought Cops.
Yeah.
I don't think it's slash. I think you just got to search for it. I don't know. Ian, did you have
My
something?
2 minutes of madness. What I'm getting mad about.
Lay it out.
I there were a couple things that I was kind of thinking about. I think just one of the things that I'm like, anytime that I find myself getting mad at something, I feel like like 90% of the time, you know, there's maybe some crucial piece of information that I missed out on that if I knew that, I wouldn't be getting as mad or something. It is Pride Month, and there are a lot of people that are like posting about like outrage of like, you know, there's rainbow like clothing in the Target store, and they're like, I was just trying to go to the store to get freaking shoes, and now I gotta walk. Now I gotta see your display to do it. Like, people getting mad at Pride stuff is very like.
And they've had that stuff at Target for 10 years.
Yeah, exactly.
At least.
And I just want to say the only color I want to see at Target is red.
White and blue.
No, because of the
Just big old red. I got a red sale.
and a pair of khakis.
And a pair of khakis. Anyway,
so I guess, but I would say that my main, like, I'm mad at those people who it's just like, they're getting mad about something where it's just like, you don't have to get mad about this. But then also, not that they deserve to be dunked on or like taken down or whatever, but like then also like when someone makes a very awful, like dumb, bad, hateful take like that, and then your timeline is like 12 to 15 people like attempting, there's like, you see like one or two people that have like a very good like dunk on that person, and it's like pretty funny, or just makes them look very bad.
I think I saw the tweet that you're talking about, and someone was like, did you check the shoes section of the store?
Like, yes, so like there are some like good replies or whatever, but then like once there's one good reply that kind of goes viral from that, then you see, especially when you're like friends or following a bunch of like amateur wannabe comedians, you see like 10 to 15 like worse versions of that joke. And it's just, I think just because it's like way more okay to be like way more online these days.
Yeah.
Some might say extremely online.
Extremely online. It's just kind of like, it's like, okay, yeah, this person sucks. And I guess maybe just like it is important that they get mass replied and ratioed on their tweets, but also just like seeing the long, like just like the same joke repeated over and over. It's like, give me the fucking weird ass JoJo's memes. Give me the, excuse me. I want to see some fucked up shit, not some like kind of like faux kind of postury, like, and a lot of the, like, I'm not saying people don't necessarily align with like pride.
Yeah, I mean, it's like obviously they're saying the right thing or whatever, but I get what you're saying.
Sometimes it seems like a little climbery, or just like a little postury, or just like, oh, I'm just trying to get the likes. Basically. Yeah, exactly. And it's like, all right, you'll tweet. And maybe it's hard to say, because it's hard to equate what online platform, like what power that brings in tweeting at someone versus like, you know, actually going to a demonstration, or, you know, registering to vote, or giving money to actual charities or whatever. It's like hard to equate that. But there's some people where you see something and it's like, I know that this is all that you're doing, and then you might like kind of advocate yourself as like a great ally, and it's like, I don't know. And also, I'm not the like, and then I might see someone like me. Not that I would ever call someone out, but like with this kind of same take, and they're like calling someone out like that. And then if I saw that tweet, I'm like, all right, dude, shut up.
Right.
Like,
it's a never-ending cycle.
It's a never-ending. I'm not going to be happy with anything anyone's ever doing. So
people
maybe I should
go on snarky podcasts and talk about my tweeting habits.
Yeah,
shut up.
Yeah, I do think your podcast should be canceled, and I do think
we do too.
Read a book. Go on a hike and actually smell what a tree smells like.
Love it. So that's your punishment? Just go outside?
No, I would say my punishment is freaking... what would my punishment be? You have to buy the gay clothes.
Yes. You got to buy the rainbow shoes.
No, wait, that's actually not a punishment. Because
I mean, for some people, it would be.
The hateful people in fedoras and...
we put that rainbow shirt on you and we staple it to you. You got to wear that all the time.
My punishment,
only if you don't want it. You know, if you do want to wear it, wear it.
My punishment is everyone on Twitter now follows you, and every action you do is incredibly scrutinized, and there is in every move you make, there's incredible controversy, and you now have to deal with that.
You go from having 13 followers to 130 followers, 130,000 followers.
Yeah, and that means you're gay.
Yeah.
Every tweet you make, every hot take, I'll be ratioing you.
Wow.
Man, look out, Weird Al. Good thing you signed that contract.
All right. I got a 2 minutes of hate this week.
Nice.
I'll just say three simple words. 3 words. You ready for them? I'm gonna say these as intelligibly as I can. I did the thing.
All right, well, I just want to come out in front of this. Some of our asshole fans are going to come out and say that was 4 words.
I did the thing. Fill in the blank. Doesn't matter. I did the thing.
All of the things.
All of the things are things I did. I did them. That's it. If you don't know what I'm talking about,
no, I do.
don't know.
I wish I didn't, but I do. Like anything on this show, it's I wish I didn't know this, but I do. I did the thing.
It'll be a picture of a...
It's like, why do people like talking like babies now?
I don't know. It's so fucking frustrating.
I think it's just like, there's just like this kind of like root base, like, if you can, like, the most relatable thing is kind of just like the simplest. I mean, there is an elegance to being robust, but like, I mean, yeah, if you can just break it, like, either like okay, so actually I just realized the thing that I didn't want to get mad about, which I don't know if you talked about recently, but
that's cool.
The like corporations like adopting like meme culture and like they are catching up.
Are people, my friend.
Right. Well, yes. I mean,
there's
you can
person behind the screen. No, I get you. That's what.
But yeah, like so they're adopting so many like memes and like so many phrases. They're basically like co-opting Black Twitter, which it could be a fascinating thesis paper, but like
it would be. Yeah. I wish I was in college again, except minus having to write the paper.
Yeah, I wish I could live vicariously through someone smart and hardworking enough where they could make a great paper about that. But like they are kind of, and you know, anytime you see a meme that's posted by like a corporate Twitter account, like that is no sure sign that is dead. But also like when a meme kind of breaks mainstream is when it kind of is dead too. There are obviously exceptions to that rule, but like part of the funness of a meme is like showing it to other people and like it being fresh and new. And then when you start seeing it in just kind of like normie or mainstream Twitter, it's just like, well, this isn't like fun or secret. Like it's kind of like a lot of like pop culture stuff where I personally kind of I'm like spent of it, or like I'm on overdrive where it's like, I'm going to come across this whether or not I choose to seek it out. So that does kind of bother me. But like with, like a corporation, like a Wendy's saying like, "Oh, I did the thing," and they put bacon on a sandwich, and it's so
I can feel that in my gut.
It's so epic and awesome sauce, and it's just like so annoying, and it's so very clearly just like, you know, they probably are doing, I mean, they're doing better than the people before them, but you know, it took a long time for them to catch up, because like even like 4 years ago, Wendy's was doing commercials where they were doing like a live commercial of like a meme, and it's like, it takes a bite of sandwich, has an epic beat match or something like that.
Has epic narwhal bacon on every sandwich and so every bite.
There are like layers of like internet culture that get peeled away when a meme dies, and then like I do think it's funny to kind of revisit. Like I kind of think Rage comics are going to come back pretty soon.
I was actually thinking about that recently.
And there was this, oh my God, I kind of went on a Google image search, because if you just Google memes, it's like all of the old bad memes that came up from like 2012, and it's like not that. I think for the most part, most people don't like those. But my dad, who doesn't know, like he's not on Facebook or Twitter. I don't think he's on Reddit, but like his big thing for a while was he would go on Pinterest, and he would like send me memes he found on Pinterest. And some of them are like kind of wild and out there.
Damn.
But most of them are like kind of just like the lame like stuff from like 2012.
Yeah.
And like, there are, and corporations are now catching up to like, where I think they have the analytics and the data where they can like be like, oh, this is the new like thing that we're saying now. But it just kind of makes the life cycle of a meme like that much shorter, since they're like the idea of memes is so much more in the mainframe. But to take it back to Rage comics, there's this one, if you search "Be Like Bro" on Google Images, it just takes you down this wormhole of just like, even in 2012 they would have been so bad, but it's like it's like the challenge accepted guy with like the lower jaw, like challenge accepted, bro.
But I fucking hate those things.
It's that one, and then he usually has like a blunt in his mouth and like pink eyes and like a beard and like a gold chain, and it like someone just made this. They like try to make like a Fuck Jerry or like kind of like a brand, like a brand for like Rage comic memes back in the day, but then it'll be like like the Be Like Bro talking to some other like rage comic guy, and the guy's like, "Oh man, I wish my girlfriend was hot." And then the guy will hold up 2 like dollar bills, and one of them's like crumpled and dirty, and the other one's fresh and clean. And he's like, "Bro, do you even know what the difference between this one is?" Like, yeah, one of them looks really good and the other one looks old. And then the guy's like, "Yeah, but they're worth the same value, and that's up to you. So you should treat them the same." And it's like, are you saying that you should be polyamorous? Like, what's the point of it?
It's got a message,
right? And then like the last panel is just like him plugging like Be Like Bro on Twitter and Facebook, and like, and it's just so it's like. It's just these old like weird cultural artifacts, and since everything ages like so much quicker on the internet, even though it was like 5-6 years ago, those memes seem ancient. And also just like it'll be like, we all got a friend who's like this, and then it's just like a guy who has his hand in his face and he's punching a hole in the wall, and it's like, we all have a friend who punches a hole in the wall, and then it's like, tag your friend if this is you, and then it's like the tags for all this memes account, and it's like, this is like so deliciously bad, and like I feel like so forgotten about now that it has like this freshness, and like it's fun to revisit this stuff.
I agree. I want to bring back rage comics from a completely detached,
oh my god,
epic irony.
Le feu.
I do have to say, I think you drew an important characterizational distinction sort of within. I think you drew this parallel that I don't know if you did on purpose or not, but I think that you saying something about corporations and then your dad, it's almost sort of like in our weird neoliberal capitalist society that corporations are our fathers.
Yes.
I've definitely, I would say
we all just react to them the same way. Anytime YouTube does something, it's like, you fucked up, and it doesn't matter if they're on the right side of the fence or the left side of the fence. It's just like, you fucked me up, Dad. You ruined my prom. And then they're posting all these old memes from 8 years ago that they just like found on Pinterest, shit like that. And it's like, stop, you're embarrassing me, Dad. This Metabots meme isn't funny. I get the irony about it, but
you're doing it in sincerity.
Everybody's dad is a corporation.
Yeah. That is really, it was unintentional, but it is a good point to illustrate in
Some
that
people
like
can't stop to. That's my dad you're talking about.
Right, and then it's also like,
how dare you talk about Chick-fil-A? They used to think that about gay people, but they've changed their minds in 2013, I guess.
I think
that's my dad.
I think they do still donate to some kind of bad charities.
That's our dad.
That's our dad.
Man.
Yeah, our dad's not perfect either.
He's got problems.
No, but like, and maybe that's just like, maybe the corporations, I doubt that they have hired someone who's savvy enough to be like, oh, these are like kind of stale memes, but they're the same memes that my dad is sharing, and my dad makes more money than me, so it's obviously we should try to market to him. Like, that could be something to think about too. But yeah, I think it's just like being kind of a step behind the cultural trend, or like
everyone's dads.
Yeah, I just kind of the rush to get everyone get a slice of the pie. And boy, oh boy, does my dad like pie.
Shout out to Mr. Erickson and his famous pies.
He does make a mean sweet potato pie.
I'll have to try that here on a special Twitch stream.
Yeah,
live stream eating pie.
We'll eat pie on the podcast and be very loud and obnoxious about it.
Yeah.
So
it's not the worst thing we've done.
So yeah, I did the thing. Yeah, what more can be said?
A lot. We talked about a lot there.
If you did the thing, you just no longer get to do anything.
Well, if you did the thing, then I'm screaming, and and it's giving me energy, and I'm literally here for it
right now.
And I am sipping, and that's the tea, and I'm spilling the tea, sis, and oh honey.
Do you guys ever get tired of like peeling away, having to know how many layers of irony to peel away from everything?
I think part of the enjoyment is just seeing kind of from a slight distance, be like, oh, that's enough layers of irony where if they're doing that on purpose to hide something, or maybe like it kind of goes so far back around that it's like you're being ironic about you're actually now kind of sincere about it, but like in a weird tonal thing.
I like adding more layers of irony to completely deconstruct and obfuscate just the entire thing.
There has to be an end.
Are you saying you did the thing?
I did do the thing. No.
But you're saying it ironically, but unironically, but ironically, but not ironically.
Sometimes if you add a certain level of irony to an interaction, people get that you're frustrated with the non-sincere takes that everyone's taking, and you just go, okay, well, I guess that we all just live in some sort of clown world or something, and people are like, oh, I get it. Because you're being ironic about the clown world, because we know you don't like the clown world thing, but also you're using that in a way to create commentary about this thing where someone is being ironic about something that they're being ironic about, but they should be sincere about it. So you're sort of turning it on its head by adding this whole envelope.
And this doesn't exhaust you guys at all.
No,
I'm always exhausted.
It's because of the fucking internet, man.
Yeah, that's a big part of it.
Yeah, like I'm like I have to spend an hour deconstructing a picture of SpongeBob. I'm not happy about this. Oh. Anyway, let's move on to the.
Speaking of being tired of the internet, if you haven't listened to Thought Cops before, every week we investigate the internet's outrage-inducing news stories, then sentence each perpetrator to a cruel and unusual punishment. Do you want to talk about Justin Bieber challenging Tom Cruise to a fight, Kevin?
I do. I want to say, first of all, this Justin Bieber guy, this guy stinks. Who does this guy think he is? Justin Bieber? Oh, he's got a fucking dumb haircut, and he looks like a dumb girl also, and his music is for little girls. And I think that if Justin Bieber challenged me to a fight, I would kick his ass, and Justin Bieber is very stupid.
And also, it's emasculating to be him.
And Ian, I could tell you, he was trying to figure out the levels of irony that I was.
I got the irony because I was actually going to bring up the point. Like, did you see on one of the top rated comments there was that Tom Cruise impersonator who responded to him?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, well, there's this Twitter account that probably now has like 1 million followers because he responded to the tweet. But I think it's called like Not Tom Cruise. And so yeah, Justin challenged Tom Cruise to a fight, which is just like, okay, you're on coke. It seems like. But then there's this guy who he does like a very good, it rubbed me the wrong way. He does a very good Tom Cruise impression and he looks like him, but he's dressed like prime Tom Cruise, like probably like late 80s, early 90s. And he has like a leather jacket and he has like the short hair and he has sunglasses on. And it's like a good Tom Cruise. It's like a good Tom Cruise impression. But like the thing of, he's like talking to Justin Bieber and he's like, yeah, I would happily, and he always breaks into this like Tom Cruise laugh, and it's like, yeah, Tom Cruise does do that laugh in roles, but he's not doing it like every other sentence. Yeah. And he's not like, this guy isn't like unhinged. Not that like I need this guy to be doing a super believable impression, but it's just like, first of all, he's doing the laugh every other time, which makes it just seem like he's this unhinged, like broken Jack in the Box that's like just like kind of recoiling from his own springiness.
It's like the people who when The Dark Knight came out, the Joker had that like,
oh, don't get me started on the Joker.
The lick thing where he would like lick his lips and people like they would do an impression of my father.
He probably did that like 3 times in the movie.
Yeah, probably. But another so it's just like it's a good impression, but it's just that it's an impression.
It's no Cartman impression,
right? It's no Cartman impression. But then he also like goes like, I would happily fight you, Justina, and like puts him down and stuff, and calls him a girl.
That is a girl's name, yeah.
Right? Yeah, he calls him a girl, and it's like, I just think that like that sort like. I get that that's kind of like ingrained in the, like if you're challenging someone to fight, like you're definitely hopped up on some sort of like masculinity trip, or you're coming from some weird insecurity about who you are or like how you present yourself.
Or you did a lot of coke.
Right, or you did a lot of coke. And I think doing coke comes from a place of insecurity, masculinity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to do this coke with my boys.
Yeah, such guys. But I think, honestly, it's just like, if you're like calling someone, if your insult is to call someone a girl, it's like, you can, I know that might hurt like a Justin Bieber who's like looking to like fight someone, but it's like, it just, that just always rubs me the wrong way, because it implies like being a girl is something to be like, that's wrong, or that a girl couldn't win a fight or something. And I just think it's like, if you're going to try to insult someone, you can definitely be smarter with their insults. Like you're freaking Tom Cruise, like you could say any,
but he's not Tom Cruise,
right? But he's not Tom Cruise.
Well, he should be getting in the mindset of Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise, the master insult guy. He would be like, Justin Bieber, first of all,
Xenu's going to destroy your brain.
Be smart with it. Be smart with your impression. Like, bring Scientology into it.
Oh, what is your thetan level at an all-time low, you little girl? I mean...
But it's just like, the big crux of the joke is just calling him Justina, and that's like, all right, dude, this isn't any better.
That's not that's not, at the very least, it's not very creative.
It's not creative, it's just boring.
Well, I just want to go on the record here and say there's nothing I hate more than Justin Bieber in that movie Twilight.
Oh, and he gets all shiny from being vampire.
Sparkly vampires.
Well, did you know that Justin Bieber's going to be did you know Justin Bieber's going to be the new Batman?
Oh, finally.
I'm going to jump out the window.
It's about time to get some white male douchebag representation in the role of Batman. I've been waiting all my life.
Ooh, Black Batman would be kind of cool.
And Justin Bieber will not be doing the soundtrack because his music sounds like a girl singing or something.
It sounds like a girl's nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah. Pointy and girly.
Yep. There it is. Tom Cruise has yet to respond.
I don't think he's what, like 55 or something?
Why does he want to fight him? What did he do?
I think is Justin Bieber short also?
I think he's about the height of a young woman.
Oof, I wish you didn't say that.
And I think that his hands are maybe the size of the president's.
Dude,
you go on.
That's like 3 layers of irony. This is Hong Kong clown world.
Let me see how further I can go. And that's it. That's all I got.
His hair makes him look like Miley Cyrus. So
and Miley, don't even get me started on her.
And she's in that Black Mirror show, and she's bad.
And Miley Cyrus,
she's that hillbilly's daughter.
She's on Hannah Montana. Is that what it's called?
Hanna-Barbera.
She's doing these awful. Was she dating Justin Bieber or something?
She's dating Magilla Gorilla.
Was she hanging out with Hong Kong Phooey?
I hate when she's trying to run away from a situation and her feet go.
And she's in midair for a good 30 seconds before she gets some distance on her.
Fucking bitch. That's the wraparound. That's all you need. Is that enough irony for you?
Oh, I'm tired.
So what do we subject Justin Bieber to?
How about a mani pedi? How about a spa day with his fellow girls? Ooh, how about he has to
joke about the tampon is like making me sweat right now. I'm laughing so hard
because his music sucks. Is it hot in here, man? Like
pretty hot in here.
Are we sweating because of the Bieber content, or
because we're all going through menopause?
Oh,
more like manopause.
Oh my god!
Don't even. I use Old Spice for men. I use.
Old Spice for menopause.
Oh no!
Speaking
Take it back.
Speaking of menopause, how old are you guys? That's
together?
not a trick question.
Are we combining our age before we answer
your ages?
Okay, 50.
Yeah.
Just do some quick math.
We don't know how old each other's age. We don't know
so
each other's
at least
age.
50. I think that's fair to say.
You guys didn't quite make the cutoff because a University of Minnesota has a senior citizen educational program where if you're 62 and up, you can go to college for $10.
Yeah, I'm very
$10 per credit.
Fucking kidding me?
If you're an old piece of shit that ruined the economy, you get free college.
Well, it's not free; it's $10.
Yeah,
you get $10 college.
Well, those millennials are too busy eating avocado toast,
right,
and not wanting to buy a home. Where
I swear to God, I read a news article that was like, since home ownership is down, one way that new real estate dealers have been trying to get people to buy luxury apartments is by offering them a year's worth of avocado toast. I swear to God,
Oh,
I saw that.
that's
as
one of
an
those things
article
that's like
headline.
so bad that it's almost good. Where it's like, this is it's just like it's like the person who like thought like because someone saw these memes about millennials not eating all like they all only eat avocado toast. They saw that and be like, well, we got it made. Like no one's buying. We'll get these people who have no money. We'll just throw an avocado toast.
Okay, so if I get a $900,000 condo, how much is a year's worth of avocado? How much is a piece of toast?
That's about 2 avocado toasts. Have you seen how expensive these avocado toasts are?
So there's 2 kinds of stupid this person can be. 1, they're trying to be funny in a really stupid way. Or 2, they think this is a good idea and they're fucking stupid.
Right.
Yeah. So people are pretty pissed off because, I don't know, everybody's about, $50,000 worth of debt because of college, and here are these fucking old people who are at the end of their lives just like, I'm gonna go to school for free.
Stop learning, you're about to die.
I do kind of think like the student lifestyle of just like going to school and like just being in a lot of like classes that are kind of extraneous, like that is a lot of fun. And if I had the sort of like the income insecurity, Freudian slip. If I had the like financial stability where I could afford to do that, I probably would do that because it's like a lot of fun to like, I've had a lot of like fun kind of one-off electives or classes. Like the idea of this is fine, but in comparison to the way that the world works and like what it means to everyone else, it's like, hey, if you can give free classes to people who are going to be dead, like, and like, why not just do that for all the fucking
people
students
who are alive?
who can contribute to society and actually learn the knowledge to like.
And here's an interesting. I mean, you can go to, I think like most colleges, at least public colleges that have like big lecture centers, and just like walk into a class for free. Like you don't have. It's the fucking diploma. Like you can just go.
Oh yeah, like the
I can
big
go
electives.
walk over to UIC right now and just drop into a class if I want.
Right.
But
What are they going to do? Tase me, bro?
Well, do you know that guy?
And that's why you got to go to Arby's, because we don't tase people, bro.
Do you remember that guy who tried to legally lower his age because
we talked about that on here.
That's right.
That guy's seeing that he can go to college now and be like, phew, thank God I didn't get my age lowered. I can go to college for free now.
So actually, I'm even older than I am.
Yeah. Maybe
I'd like my age heightened to 92, please.
right, so I can go to school for free.
Yeah. Oh God. Just this picture of this old man wearing this fucking vest.
Yeah, his vest and his like messenger bag. And it's also funny because it's like being in college and when there were like old people, like nothing against them if they're like sincerely trying, but also for the most part, everyone in college is like 18 to 22. And then you have someone in their like 40s or 50s and it's like, dude, don't you have kids? Like, what are you doing in my chemistry class?
And always the teacher's pet sitting up front.
Yeah, they always ask annoying questions that are like, do you have a fax machine that you could send the syllabus to, or like,
and they're always like their life experience has to be like thrown into the rest of the class's faces. Like,
right, they'll remind you to have kids.
Actually, when I was in the ROTC, it's like, dude,
when I was in Korea killing people,
and that's when I learned to add up the bodies.
When I was in South Boston, blinding Vietnamese.
Mr. Wahlberg, we know how you would have saved 9/11 if you're on those planes, but this is
a Wendy's.
Remember when Mark Wahlberg was like uppity because he was in that movie Burn After Reading, and he's like, I should have never been in that movie. And it's like, you blinded a Vietnamese.
No. He was in. No, he was not.
Wasn't it Burn After Reading?
No, his best movie. What's the one where he's in the porno?
Boogie Nights.
Yeah. He was like, that was immoral to be in that movie.
Yeah, it was immoral. Yeah. What about blinding a Vietnamese man?
Right, or just like your general, just racist outlook and.
Yeah, he's from Boston, baby.
Right. It's natural. Don't be intolerant to his intolerance. Okay, that's racism.
That's the worst type of racism.
Against Bostonians. Anyway, these old people.
With the B and LGB. Never mind.
That is, you're right.
Yeah.
The B stands for beef and cheddar. Come down to Arby's.
So it's Arby's. We stand with lesbians, gamers, Bostonians, And
Curly fries.
curly fries, Cajun style.
Mochaccino shake.
Oh man! So what do we do with these old people? Do we launch them into the sun or what?
Come up to the Matrix.
Yeah, man. Like, $10. Come on in, go to the Matrix, and you can have a rave with all the cyber goths.
They can take free classes, but it has to be supplemented by free. They have to do free clinical studies and trials so you can perform experiments on them. Because it's like you're basically dead. You're
Right.
taking these classes because you have nothing else going on in your life, and it's like you're going to learn about some like foreign country, like ancient history or culture or like some
How
art
to
from that time.
Check your email.
Right, exactly. So like you're basically done. You're basically checked out. Let's do some experiments. Let's see what happens when you introduce. When you're constantly being the corporations have to beta test all their memes on old people.
Now, by when you said that you're going to plug them into the Matrix, do you mean you're going to have them stick a fork in a wall?
Well, that would actually be sucking electricity out. That'd be losing electricity instead of.
Come on, have you seen the Matrix? No. And it's like, stick the fork in the hole.
I don't want to learn kung fu.
Come on, take the blue pill. Stick it in there. Anyway, how are we doing on time?
We're a little bit over, but we also, I think, started recording a little bit later, so we can... Facebook banned Honk Honk for violating their community standards.
What's Hong Kong?
Oh, God.
The city in
Let's
China?
scrap the story.
Just,
Yes.
Ian, look at this screen here. I think that says about all you need to know.
So it's Peppy the Frog, and he's a clown man. And
Is this like an alt-right group?
It kind of. It's
Or is it just more 4chan-y?
Okay, so what I think, my understanding of it is the alt-righties took Peppy the Frog and they turned him into an alt-right guy, a Klansman, a Nazi, all these things.
Well,
and then the left was sort of like, hey, well, now he's a clown, so, because all these people are acting weird, like we're in a clown world, honk honk. And then the right was like, hey, we like that you did this with our product, we're going to take it back. I think that's my understanding.
So the left took Pepe and made him
I
a clown,
think so.
and then the right is taking it back to like reappropriate it.
Yes, I think.
I
honestly have no idea.
as much fun as I have doing the show, man. Like, this was just a moment of clarity, just being like, this is what I do every week for 120 weeks.
Could you imagine if we made our living off of this? Like, we didn't have day jobs, we just did this, and then you go on a Tinder date and someone's like, what do you do for your job? What do you do for a living?
Media consultant. You definitely have to fancy it up, because if you just say you're a podcaster,
Right.
like I bet that could kind of do well with some people, because podcasts are
they're podcasters. That's it.
There is like a level with someone who maybe has like a more professional job, like if they're like a lawyer or doctor.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why they're going on like like if they haven't figured that out,
Yeah.
like that's maybe on them. But I think for the most part, if you told someone on a date that you make your living as a podcaster, like, I think that would be impressive to a surprising majority, because it's like, oh, you must be pretty good or have like some sort of like, that is impressive to have that clout.
I would agree. Then they'd be like, oh, I love podcasts. I love like those murder podcasts. I love history podcasts. Like, what's yours?
True crime.
Yeah, what's yours about? It's like, don't worry about it.
We talk about Joe Rogan memes.
There's this clown. He was co-opted by the right wing. Then he got co-opted by the communists, and he got co-opted by the Nazis, and now he's
Sort of.
Oh, you know what? I have to work tomorrow, so I actually have to go from the date. So
all right. See, understandable.
So anyway, I see this article that's like, hey, Facebook's banning the honk honk meme. They're saying it's hate speech or something. It's like, it's a dog whistle. So I see that, and in order to do research for the show, I Google it so I can find a story to read off of. And the first result is, no, Facebook isn't banning honk after white nationalist meme. So they're not doing it, I guess.
Well, this is from the Daily Dot.
It's from the Daily Dot.
Now, there's only one way to find out, Grant. You got to log on to Facebook and say honk honk, and we'll see what happens.
I will not.
I think the one way, if you know your meme, probably has that's probably a more trustworthy source for where the meme's standing.
The best source for, reliable news.
Imagine if that was your job.
Ed, know your meme.
That's something I wouldn't tell anybody.
Yeah, that's true. I guess they're probably owned by someone who owns like BuzzFeed or something.
Yeah, know your meme is probably owned by like Vox or something now. Viacom.
Yeah,
we live in a society, folks.
Oh boy, do we? You ever notice how I lived in this society?
Dark Knight, check it out.
I got kind of good at that. I don't mean to kind of flex on you guys, but I did get memed by the alt-right.
Really?
Yeah, I'm.
And you're still standing.
And I'm still standing. When Soy Boy was a big, I think it was 2 years ago. It'll be 2 years this fall. Me and some of my, I started doing stand-up with some other comedians in Madison, Wisconsin.
Okay.
And most of them moved to Chicago like a year before I did. Uh-huh. But about 2 years ago this fall, we went back to Madison to all do a show together. And we took like a group selfie on our last day there before we went back to Chicago. And we posted it. And one of our friends is like... He's in New York now, and he's doing pretty well at stand-up.
Eating slices, walking here.
Yeah, and he's every night he's at a Broadway show. Yeah. But I don't think it was necessarily a friend of his, since a lot of the other comics they're making good names for themselves. But I posted on Facebook and I tagged all of them, and I think it's a friend of this guy's, just like a mutual. But we posted it, got some likes, and then like 2 or 3 weeks later, someone tagged us all and posted on my Facebook wall that we were in this like Trump memes Facebook group, and someone had screenshotted this thing from 4chan. And the top picture was our group selfie. Okay. And it was to talk about the soy boy smile.
Yes. Were you doing that open mouth?
Yeah, open mouth. And like, like when I smile naturally, just like, I wasn't like eyes agape, like mouth super open.
Yeah.
And not that I feel like I have a need to like defend like my smile, but I'm just like, I just have like my mouth open, like in a smile, and that. But other people in our picture, like they do have a little bit more of a silly
There's varying
smile.
levels.
Definitely,
it's a spectrum.
But this picture was used as like the header for this big. It would turn into like a big thread on 4chan that day, and everyone was just like ragging on soy boys and like all these effeminate men, and they eat soy so that they can be gay, and they pretend to be feminists just so that they can sleep with women, but also...
But how are you gay?
Right, no, like so many of these things are... And it's so weird because every bad thing, every like NPC or soy boys or whatever, or cuck, like every like swear word or like derogatory term like coined and popularized by the alt-right or whatever, it's just them like... That's their insecurity. That's their biggest fear. Their biggest fear is being called a woman, or like their biggest fear,
or being gay,
or being emasculated.
Like Justin Bieber, basically.
Yeah, their biggest fear is friggin' Justin Bieber, which makes Tom Cruise an alt-right icon.
It's bound to happen someday,
right? Yeah,
he was going to get appropriated sooner or later.
Xenu is Trump, and Scientology is the Electoral College.
This makes a lot of sense.
No, but so they and there was someone in the thread who was like, "Oh, I took a primatology class, and actually chimpanzees, when they are in a state of fear but want to intimidate, they'll open their eyes and open their mouth, and it's called a fear grimace or whatever." And then everyone took this guy commenting on a 4chan board saying he took a class once as like fact, and then every time the picture started coming up in like other threads, and if you like soy boy isn't as big of a thing now, but if you Google image search it, like it does come up as like I think within the first page or so.
That's
and
cool.
Did come up on Know Your Meme, but the best part was that like from 4chan to these like Facebook, we got tagged in some Facebook Trump meme groups, but then it eventually InfoWars published an article that was like kind of like reaffirming the science of the soy boy. There's these chemicals in soy that simulate estrogen. Well, basically that. But then for the header of this article on the Facebook page, someone like took our picture, but because they didn't have the rights to our picture, they didn't use that. So it looks like someone like made our picture in Microsoft Paint, and they like tried to redraw it with the pencil tool with like all the different colors.
Wow.
And so that's like
fan
the header.
art.
Yeah, exactly. That is like the first fan art. And it was like very wild to be like, Alex Jones is sharing this on InfoWars, and the cover picture is my face with like a weird ass scraggly like MS Paint
God
beard.
damn, that's insane.
Right. But then it also like that picture, nothing's popped up recently, but then like, I don't know if you're familiarized with bimboization.
Yeah.
But like when David Hogg and like the Parkland shooter survivors started becoming activists, a big thing was that to take him down a peg, and now it's weird because the Snapchat
Let's make him
filter,
hot, give him big tits.
Right, exactly.
I want to have sex with him.
This was before
He's gay, not me.
Right, exactly. Yeah, like, ooh, I bet Davidina Hogg is so freaking hot and would love to pleasure my hog. And it's like, it's so weird because it's like you guys are afraid of being gay, but you're just basically saying you'd have sex with this dude if he had long hair.
Were you bimbofied?
Our picture got bimbofied.
Oh, what an honor!
Yeah, it was awesome. And
this is like the coolest
I'm
story
looking
I've heard in a long
I'm looking
time.
pretty hot in it too.
Nice.
I got some big old yammers.
You gotta have him, man.
You gotta.
I mean, if it's any consolation to you, a great friend of the show, Asterios Kokonos, fought a mod of r/the Donald and beat the shit out of him.
Really?
In one of these Justin Bieber, Tom Cruise fights. It was
rocks.
fucking hilarious.
I fucking love that.
So to play devil's advocate here, I know you said you got labeled with the soy boy face. To be fair, we did spend 20 minutes before the podcast talking about Nintendo Switch games.
Oh no, yeah, that face when you get that. And also, I will also say that I have not shut up about how much I fucking love my Switch. Because I got one last Thanksgiving, and just recently I've been like I've been getting too many, like so many games that I just can't play them all.
Yeah.
But everyone that I do like sit down to look into, I'm like, I'm so thankful that I have this. I fucking love my Nintendo Switch.
It's an incredible system.
It's so great. I'm so happy with it.
Are you gargling Soylent over there?
Yeah. Speaking of gargling Soylent, key to the city. You guys got keys to the city this week? Kevin, what's your key to the city?
My key to the city this week is to Keanu Reeves.
Ooh.
I hope that he stays safe. I'm just worried because I feel like we're so fixated that we're in a Keanu craze right now, and this bubble is bound to pop at some point, and he's bound to get milkshake ducked for something at some point.
It's probably going to be something that's like not even anything.
So I just want to say, Keanu, stay safe, my friend. And I know Keanu has picked up a lot of cues from me as far as how he's a cool guy. So
Q on him.
Yeah, how you hover hand over ladies' shoulders.
That's fucking hilarious, man.
That's cool that he's getting praised for that, because it wasn't like 4 years ago. I feel like if a picture of someone getting like having hover hand, like that was like
it was like a beta move. Now it's complete alpha.
Right. Well, it's you're asserting your control that you don't want to like make anyone uncomfortable, which is I mean that is definitely very good.
Yeah.
And so good. I mean, good on Keanu. He's flipping. He's
a freaking Chad.
He is such a Chad. The Virgin Morpheus. The Virgin Agent Smith.
The Virgin Morpheus talking about red pill, blue pill.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Yeah. How about Control-Alt-Delete?
Hell yeah.
Ian, do you have a key to the city this week?
This is any positive thing you've seen? Or?
I'll give a minor key to I don't know if you saw
smaller key, like a door key,
or like a key you'd get in a Zelda dungeon.
Yeah,
but not the boss
small
key.
key, not the boss key. Yeah,
I will give a small key to I this morning I opened up Twitter. I saw. Did you see the Tom Hanks Tim Allen thing?
Yes, I watched that right before I came over here.
Yeah.
I can only stand so much of this stuff, and I just don't.
I could give a fuck about both of them more or less, and it's not really my place to say that it's like cool to get like the black card or like get invited to the barbecue. But it does make Tim Allen look bad, which I really like, because Tim Allen is a fucking asshole. But basically,
doesn't seem like it's that hard to make Tim Allen look bad,
right? But so there was this interviewer, and he was
Fucking
talking to Tim. There's this black interviewer, and he was talking to Tim and Tom.
Yeah.
And he was saying, like, you guys both seem like you have your black cards or whatever. So I got to ask you, what about...
Well, I mean, what...
That just means, like, you're accepted by, like, black culture.
I'm just wondering, what about Tim Allen screams
well, right.
that?
That's, like, a very clear... Like, there's nothing... I think it's just, like, he kind of had to say that for the sake of either bringing up this question, or maybe the interviewer was trying to make Tim Allen look bad, in which case I give the minor key to him. But it sounds like Tom Hanks... It sounds like people are going to make a plate for Tom Hanks.
At the barbecue?
At the barbecue. And he's going to invite...
Does it mean he has the pass now?
I think he had the pass, and this just solidified it.
And we'll see how the movie turns out, though. You know?
Yeah, Buzz Lightyear is a proud boy.
Apparently, Tom Hanks broke down crying during, like, one of the last scenes. That. So I don't,
really?
I don't know. Yeah.
Woody, I told Andy to stop masturbating. That's all I got.
I give my major key to...
This is your boss key.
Yeah.
My boss key. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
That was kind of cool.
That was a dinosaur.
Yeah. I give my boss key to... I'm going to give it to... Tim Allen, because I love Buzz Lightyear, and I just think it's... No, I'm going to give my boss key to... I think Nintendo had a good... Oh, I'm going to give my boss key to Nintendo for the re-release of Link's Awakening, because that was the first... I think it was the first video game I ever played. I remember playing that when I was a kid on the original Game Boy. Like the original, not even the DX version. But I remember playing that before I could read, and I remember figuring out how to, like, start a new game without knowing how to read, and I just remember, like, the pop-up bubble with the letters coming up and be like, this is what reading is. Like, I do not like this.
That's such a weird thing to remember back on.
Right.
Yeah. It's just like you don't even know what words and letters are.
I just see these symbols and it's like, I don't know what any of this means, but I know that this is like what letters are, and I'm supposed to know how to read this sometime, but it's like, I just want to play a game, and I don't even know, like, do I even at this point know what a game is? But I remember seeing some, like, playthroughs for how the art looks so great. Yeah. The music, the remastered music is just like, it's just really hitting me. It's like some of the deepest nostalgia I've ever felt.
Yeah, I'm super psyched for that.
Right, and I'm giving Nintendo the major key because I'm a freaking Nintendo soy boy switch face.
Play it loud.
Fuck it, we'll do it live. My key to the city this week goes to Jon Stewart, who I feel like he's one of the few people who you can look at and be like, oh, he's doing like a good thing with his fame.
What state was he in something recently?
He testified in front of Congress about the 9/11 first responders like health bill that seems to come up every year or every couple of years or something like that. That it's always like this hassle for people who were in the fucking rubble to get like proper medical care. Like it fucking blows, you know. And he's there like every year. He would do these like on the Daily Show. He would do these things where there were like these 5 guys that came with hamburgers and fries, and they were starting a restaurant. But they were great response to that one. That's what I deserve. Just complete silence. But they were like first responders, and throughout the years, like, you know, I think one of them still alive since the first time they did it, and they were like fighting for proper health care for the people who were in the rubble. So, you know, it's a good. He did a good thing. You know.
He did the thing.
He did the thing.
He literally did the thing, and we stand him now. And we're making him a plate.
Yeah. And so you get the key to the city this week. No,
yeah, it is really cool that because it's like so many people use 9/11 as like a political, like, fucking...
Yeah. And it's always the people that use it as some sort of a political... like, remember those who served on 9/11. Right. And when he was in the congressional hearing, he was like, these are them. They're all in this room. Like...
Right, and
you
then
keep saying hashtag remember that, like they're fucking right in here in front of you.
And the thing he was speaking out against was that the people he was trying to speak to, there was like no one in Congress. There was like an empty chamber. Yeah. And also, the thing that, 9/11 is so conflated with patriotism and like a reverence for the country, and the people who use that to like signal boost
on a war, but not in order, we won't spend any money in order to take care of people that actually helped out. Yeah,
right. It's just to fucking manipulate the stooges, and I'm actually very smart at politics, so we didn't get enough time to get into that, but I could have kind of gone off on that.
Well, this was a political podcast. We dude, just you guys wait. Thought Cops Politics, the spin-off show.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Has anyone done Thought Cops, THOT?
Yes.
Oh,
has anyone ever done that?
Yeah.
Has no one ever done that? Am I the first one?
You are the first one.
you might
Nice.
be.
Hell yeah.
You might be the 24th one, actually.
Ooh.
This week's Thought Cops word of the week is breathtaking. It's what you say to Keanu Reeves at the E3 conference, and you get a free video game for being annoying.
Nice.
Breathtaking.
Can you do Keanu's Cartman?
Oh, this could be interesting.
Respect my authority. It's a little Shatnery.
Yeah. Oh, hold on.
Respect my authority.
What's a famous Keanu line?
I'm
trying to think of. Whoa. I'm trying to think of some Matrix lines.
like
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
the reverse.
Cartman Wick.
Yeah.
I'm into that.
Anyway, let's not waste too much more time on South Park references.
Yeah, please.
Let's get some final plugs. Ian, where can we find you on social media?
I am Ian Erickson on Instagram. I am IA Erickson on Twitter. The Punching Up Podcast. If you're following this podcast, I'm sure you can find my Twitter handle, and in my bio there's my Instagram, and it wouldn't take long to find my podcast if that's interests you at all. If you're interested in movies, if you like irony, if you like
And layers
and little funny jokes that you can listen and go, oh.
Like not even laugh aloud.
Yeah, if you like listening to something that you're on the subway and you're listening to it and you go, that my podcast would be perfect for that. And you can look us up. We also have an Instagram page that hasn't been active. We'll sometimes post on the story when a new episode is out, but we're in the works. We're trying to do this for free. And so far, the only way we've done that is via a free SoundCloud account. And I have been very lazy about getting us on iTunes and Spotify. So maybe if we had a couple extra followers,
there you
could get access to all the back catalog and, we have some of your past guests. So
I know the Shrimp Boys were on there. Probably some other ones,
and definitely some other ones.
Aaron, was he on there?
Not yet,
but he will be.
Brandon Kirkman.
Not yet. We did have the Cyanide Happiness guy though.
Nice.
It was Garrett from Mega 64 on.
Yeah, we had Garrett. We had Jake Flores. We had a porn star.
Well, we had two porn stars. No,
really?
No.
One day. Zwick keeps mentioning this one guy. He's like, he's my favorite porn star. I'm like, Zwick, come on, man. Tommy Pistol, says Zwick.
Let's get him in.
Play it cool.
Let's get him.
I'm down. Speaking of being down, let's play some of these voicemails.
Hey, Thought Cops, my 2 minutes of hate this week for anxiety, where I called in and I made what I still think was pretty funny joke about Asterios.
Yeah.
And then I started rambling about Google Play or some shit, and it just wouldn't shut the hell up, and it just killed everything. So I guess my 2 weeks of hate is for myself.
A good voicemail.
And my punishment is I'm going to have to sit here in my vehicle for a solid 15 minutes and just think about every single time that I've been embarrassed in my entire life. And hopefully I won't kill myself so I can call in later.
We don't want that to happen. We want you to continue to leave wonderful voicemails because we do love our fans on this show. That's right. That was a little joke I was doing earlier, and it was really funny and really worth it.
You had me fooled.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't kill himself because he did leave 2 other voicemails.
People tell me every day the show keeps him alive.
Yeah.
Every day.
Hey, Thought Cops.
Hey.
What do you do when somebody says the exact same sentence to you, but they don't mean the same thing to them, apparently?
What?
In this immediate instance, I asked the person in line, I said, hey, do you have a pen? Do you have a pen? What? I said, do you have a pen? Can I borrow a pen? Oh, do I have a pen? Yes, a pen. Oh, I thought you said pen. I don't know what the hell that means. I don't know what that means. That is all.
This guy sounds like Ed from Ed, Ed, and Eddie. He sounds like Eddie from Ed, Ed, and Eddie. He went, that is all.
That is all. Buttered toast. Wait, which one?
Yeah, Ed is the kind of the dullard one.
Yeah, Ed is the dumb one. Eddie. It's also
We're not calling you dumb. I'm saying your vocal affect.
Yeah, what are we trying to say?
Anyway, misheard. Yeah. So people are mishearing what this guy is saying.
How about you try speaking clearly and enunciating better? This is totally
advice, buddy.
This is your fault, and if you need any help, I can give you voice coaching lessons. Call me. I can accept Venmo.
Listen to the Punching Up podcast because they will. If you,
their elocution is just
they speak.
top-notch.
They speak good.
Do you ever do this? Do you ever like you're saying something to someone and they go what? And you just repeat the same thing and they go what? And you just go, I'm just done talking to you for the rest of the day.
I've noticed more when someone says something, I go what, but then I kind of make sense of it in my head what they said, but I said what because I didn't hear them at first, but then then they start explaining it, it's like, no, I already got it, and now you don't have to I waste your time.
See, what I'll do, because I'm an asshole, is I will repeat back the sentence that I thought that I heard. Just be like, you want me to fuck your goat? And they'll be like, no, I asked you if, you could wring my throat. I'll be like, oh, I get it.
Who are you talking to?
What interaction was this?
You know who I'm talking to.
Listen to me. You're going to want to get out of that movie theater seat so you can fuck my goat.
He wishes.
Yeah. Anyway, he left a third voicemail. Lifeisunfair.mp3.
You're not the boss of me. Oh, shit.
That rocks.
And what? I'm not so big?
Yeah. Was life unfair? All right. Speaking of Brandon Kirkman, he left a voicemail.
Hey, Brandon.
Hey, Thug Cops. It's Brandon calling. This time not from a bathroom, which is like a big surprise. But this question specifically for Ian. Don't you hate it for your 2 minutes of hate how the Joker is on the internet, but like he knows our minds, so he knows like the twisted playground we're going to try to play in. And then he's like, no, man, I'm the twisted playground. Don't you hate it? Well, anyways, have a good day. Next time I'll probably call from a bathroom again. It just feels right.
Cool. Come back on sometime.
It's Brandon Kirkman, by the way. I just realized there's more than one Brandon in the world. Bye.
There's probably more than one Brandon Kirkman in the world, you dipshit. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, I do actually hate that. And I'm changing my hate now to, there's a really great Twitter account that I wish I thought of called Joker's Trick.
I just started following it.
It's so fucking fun. When I first started following it, I'm like, okay, this dude is just like on Adderall or something. Just like every thought that comes into his mind, he's recontextualizing in terms of like the Joker said this, or he's making it twisted and haha edgy dark. But it's been like nonstop pumping these out, and like they are very loosely thematically connected. Where I still think it's a person. Now I'm starting to question like this could be a bot where they're just like feeding it like, okay, anything regarding Ricky Gervais or the Riddler or it's just like weird like plot points from other pieces of pop culture that are either like very in or just kind of old, but then it's just recontextualized so the Joker is saying it, or like he's like saying how he's gonna kill Bart Simpson or something.
I feel like it's as if Drill started a Twitter account that's like Joker.
It basically, my friend was saying that it's basically Drill Joker, and it's so funny, and I'm just so mad because I feel like I've kind of dug myself into like a weird ironic online niche of like either kind of joking about people who think the Joker is cool, which isn't original at all, but then also like I feel like I've kind of my Mount Rushmore of kind of like memeable pop culture figures that I've kind of like the Joker, the Mask is a big one for me.
Okay.
So when that Joker account started tweeting about how the Joker meets the Mask, I'm like, okay, pal, like I feel a little threatened.
That'd be so awesome.
Right. It would be so twisted.
What are the other two?
Captain Jack Sparrow, which is a very that one is near and dear to my heart. I think that it's untapped in terms of memeability because hey, where's all the rum? You don't know. We don't know where the rum is.
But I have heard of you.
Right.
Who's number 4?
Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean. Okay,
that's a classic. That's a classic.
Didn't expect that one, but he is a classic meme. Before, from the beginning of time, the beginning of content creation, basically.
Right.
Mr. Bean was one of the original content creators.
Yeah, he was one of the first memes. He was one of the first YouTubers.
First blogger.
Yeah.
The first vlogger.
We did a vlog. That's the noise his head makes when it gets stuck in a turkey. Vlog.
So ever since I was a teenager, I went ahead and collected some Pokemon in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, and I got this crazy idea in my head that the Pokemon actually mattered, and that Game Freak cared about us and that we were going to go ahead and be able to keep collecting the Pokemon in the future games, and that we would be able to keep bringing them up through Black and White, up through X and Y, up through RS or whatever, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Went ahead and traded them up to Sun and Moon, and eventually got myself something called a living Pokédex. I caught them all. My childhood fantasy of gotta catch them all was fulfilled, and it was great. Until today, because that's just not a thing anymore. It's really cool, because Game Freak says that, you know, they were doing their little treehouse sideshow that wasn't even part of the main presentation. They went ahead and said that the older Pokemon are no longer valid. Only ones caught in the Galar region, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, are valid in the new games. You cannot transfer the old ones anymore. The ones that you spent the last decade collecting are now moot, and they will rot in your bank. Thank you so much, Nintendo, for that. Thank you for promising me everything in my childhood and then denying it in June 2019. Thanks.
Two decades for me.
Two things here. Great use of the athletic theme from Mario World.
Yeah.
Terrible use of the Joker's laugh.
Can you believe these fake gamer girls? I can't believe I work with these guys. This is bullshit. They can't even tell the difference between the Joker and Tight Ass from Final Fantasy X. If you want to mock them relentlessly, follow them at Real Thought Cops on Instagram and Twitter, and call them a little bitch.
This is my favorite Joker laugh. Can we all do our best Joker laughs?
Yeah, go. You first.
All right.
Ahi, aha, oh, ahi, aha, aha, ahi.
You go.
Freaking sweet.
All right, here's mine. That was from the graphic novel version of the Joker.
And here's mine.
Played. Oh, this show's twisted.
Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?
Are
you?
Maybe they'll patch it. Maybe they'll fix it. I don't know. But no one can ever take away your accomplishment of catching all those Pokemon.
All right, one more.
Hey, Thought Cops, IoNet Runner here, and today my 2 minutes of hate are people who ask for your help, and then they don't fucking listen to it. So, my roommate recently asked me to help her connect to my printer, which is on the Wi-Fi. I tell her to hit the start button and to type in printers. She immediately goes to the control panel instead. Because, you know, fuck it. Why do what I said when you don't know how to do it yourself? Just do whatever. These people should have to help out, but then the people they help don't fucking do what they say. All right, thanks, guys. Bye.
Oh, my God. I could do an entire 2 hours of hate on people who ask for your advice and then just flat out don't listen.
What?
People who ask for your advice. People. No,
I heard you. As soon as I said what, I was like, I got it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good callback. I think I've talked about. I had a roommate who was kind of an insane person, and he was like 27 years old, and he had not had a girlfriend or a real job, and he graduated school like 8 years late just because he didn't go to class, not because he was into drugs and cool things and ladies and just didn't go to class. It was just stupid. And he would start going on Tinder dates, and he would ask like, how do I talk to this person, Well, more and insane. We give very detailed, like, hey, just be just normal, just whatever. And he'd like write out these long paragraphs and then not get responded to, and then be like, I don't know why people aren't talking to me. And it's like, because you asked what you should say as a person with no experience talking to anybody, and we told you what you should say, that you should just be a nice, normal person. You just react just a sentence or two. Just short responses. It doesn't matter all that much. Just keep the conversation going. And you posted 7 paragraphs of every single movie you've ever watched, and you freaked them out, and they left because you don't understand social cues. So don't even fucking bother asking. And it's just, what should I do with this? What should I do with this? Hey, Maddox, what should I do with this? And you'd give sound advice that was normal people advice that normal people would do, and he just wouldn't do it. And it's like, what the fuck is the point of you?
My favorite story is when he asked you how to grocery shop.
He asked a lot of my roommates how to grocery shop.
Didn't listen.
We should do a special episode just fucking roasting him.
That'll be behind a paywall, folks.
Yeah.
You got to pay for that one.
That'd be a great Fire Bros episode. Just lay out all the stories of the people that we don't like.
Just the shit-talking spinoff of everybody. Everybody's on blast. Anyway, any more voicemails?
That's it.
Cool, that's it. All right, well, if you left a voicemail, thank you. If you didn't leave a voicemail, try again next time. 312-788-7361. Or you could always email us at thoughtcopspodcast@gmail.com. Ian, thanks for coming on.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I had a great time.
Check out the Punching Up podcast.
Thank you.
I assume they don't talk over each other on that one. My bad.
All the time. No, we do it all the time. It's awful.
You can't not.
It's so bad to listen to. Good to fall asleep to.
Yes, that's a good thing to know. So yeah, thanks everybody for listening. Most of all, thank you to my wonderful, adoring fans. My fans are my wife. My fans are my life. And I hope you knew that everything I said was in jest. So,
infinite jest.
Any final thoughts, Grant?
Infinite jest indeed.
See you next time.
Infinite.